think young people drink because they want to be like seen, like people to like notice that they're there.
I think young people drink because alcohol is out there and it's available for them to drink, and they drink because they want to and it's free for them to drink.
Young people drink for a variety of reasons. First and foremost, I think they're just curious about alcohol. It's the one drug that's all around them from the minute they're old enough to have the concept of adults drinking, whereas maybe other drugs are more sort of hidden. So it's all around them. You know, you put the TV on, alcohol's there. The sports that they play are sponsored by alcohol. The concerts they'll eventually go to are sponsored by alcohol. It's just part of the world we live in, really.
I think young people drink to build their confidence up, to fit in with their friends.
It helps them because it helps them, like, they feel fearless. They do it for a laugh, really.
What are you drinking?
Nah, I'm alright.
I bought you some.
Just have it.
Yeah.
No, just have it. Just have it. Just have it. Nobody's gonna know.
Want it a little bit, would he?
No. Come on, just have a drink. Just have a drink.
I think there's loads of reasons why young people start drinking and why they continue to drink. Sometimes they're the same, sometimes they're different. I think the one thing that crops up at the Zone a lot is confidence, really. Young people start out drinking because it makes them feel more confident, more secure in their surroundings when they're out with their friends. And I think the reason they continue to drink is probably because they kind of get used to that level of engagement with their friends to a certain degree. Their friends get used to them when they're drunk. They get used to being drunk around their friends and they feel fine. So they kind of get to the point where they can't be themselves on a Friday night out with their friends without the alcohol.
I think they drink for a variety of reasons, the same as adults. Some drink for social reasons because they enjoy it. I wouldn't say that many like the taste of the drink. Lots of young people go out on a Friday night and it's just sort of part of their social meeting up and interaction. I don't think their intention is to get particularly bladdered or do anything in particular once they're drunk. Drinking has just become part of their way of life.
Boredom, really. Nothing to do on the street, so you might as well get drunk and chill and relax. Wake up in the morning and have another drink, go back to sleep, wake up again, have a drink.
It could be a part of socialising, being part of the gang. It could be an escape from reality.
In some houses or households, the family situations aren't that great, so they go to drink to numb the pain and things. So, you know, that's my thoughts on why they do it. I think they ask adults to buy them drink because obviously they're not of age. I think some grown-ups do it because if there's a big group of them, they obviously feel pressured into doing it because obviously, you know, there's a lot of gangs going around these days, so they feel pressured into buying it for them.
What do you want?
Vodka and Carling.
Yeah.
Go on then.
Yes.
Obviously they ask adults because they can't get served a drink themselves because they're not old enough. Even though sometimes they don't try to get served, obviously they're frightened of the rejection. And adults will obviously sometimes buy children because one, they haven't got children of their own, so they don't know the consequences of children. Buy a drink for them, or two, they just don't care. They just think, well, they're not my children. I haven't got to put up with the consequences later on.
And adults agree too because they've been put on the spot, and it's not like they're going to see the teenagers again. I think the positives are feeling confident, feeling fearless, don't care about anyone but yourself. And like you're not bothered what other people do.
The positive that they can like have a good time is and go around and chill out
but it gets like out of hand when like they overdrink and like walk around the streets with their drinks, and like police can get involved and hassling other people like in the houses by the hanging around houses.
It'd be difficult to think about positives. I think as a whole, all-round positive, the fact that young people are adolescents, they're going to do risky things. They have to risk take as part of their development. I think drinking just comes in that umbrella. I'm not sure if I could attach any positives to that because of the environment young people drinking. They're so vulnerable out in parks. It's not like they're in a house or they're in a pub, but like adults are, quite a safe environment. So I just think there's loads of negatives that I could give you, and I'm not sure I could give any positives.
The positive is that they can have fun with their mates drinking, and the negative is that some teenagers can get a bit carried away and they don't know their limits and they drink a bit too much, and sometimes it can get out of hand, and this can lead to like fallings out and fights.
I don't even say it.
Jade, I heard Jack.
You must be even a wrong story.
What are you lying for?
I ain't lying.
What are you lying
I
for?
ain't lying. Just going in for the tip.
This is what you always call.
I feel that it is a big issue amongst young people, but as long as they drink maturely and they can handle it, then I think there's no problem with it. But I think they should just do it sensibly and have a good time, and they should know when they're stepping over the line.
I think the negatives, when they drink, they like get into like trouble and like fight and that. But I don't know about the positives.
Yeah, because when I used to drink alcohol, I used to get mad, go out on the street and just, if anybody looks at me funny, I'll hit them and get arrested. Got put on tag for fighting, and it just messed up my life really.
The negatives obviously is the trouble that comes with drinking underage, because they can't control themselves. They think they can handle the next one, but they can't, so they'll carry on drinking, and obviously then that turns to violence. There's also sexual abuse cases that come from it as well.
The more that young people drink, the more alcohol they consume, kind of like the less care they've got really, I guess, and they kind of could potentially end up in dangerous situations.
I think that unless they're mature enough to drink, unless they can handle it, if they can't handle it, then I don't think they should be drinking.
There could be like nightclubs that young people can go to and youth centres like in the local areas and stuff.
To learn teenagers like the positives and the negative sides of drinking, and to like show them what can happen.
If you compare it to other countries and we look at the drink issue we've got, particularly around binge drinking, we've got a massive problem with binge drinking in this country. There are lots of other European countries that are far more relaxed on their drinking rules and haven't got the issue that we've got. I think there's a lot to be said there.
I think the most important thing is young people need to know how to keep themselves safe when they're out. I think it's really good that long-term effects have been publicised, but I think for young people they sort of are a bit out of context. And I think it's important that the immediate risks are acknowledged. So things like if you're out and somebody's passed out, it's likely to happen amongst a group of young people, to know what to do, to put them in a recovery position, to ring an ambulance, to stay with them, to keep them warm. I think also as well, things like small tips, things like having your phone charged before you go out, letting somebody know that you're going out. You don't have to let them know particularly where you're going, but just let them know what time to expect you back. If you don't have a phone, then give whoever is expecting you home a friend's phone number and keep some small change, that kind of thing. And I think it's really important as well that young people understand that actually alcohol reduces your body temperature. So whilst you might feel warm, actually if you're out on a cold night and you're not wearing appropriate clothing, then you're really vulnerable to hypothermia, particularly if you've been drinking.
For reducing it in Dudley, there are no actual answers, I don't think, but partly they could do more for the young teenagers around Dudley, asking them what they want and then working towards doing what they want, you know, social groups or, you know, help, whatever they see fit. But obviously that's for the teenagers to tell them what they want.